Peace and blessings to all. Y'all, I'm just sitting here in the car, right? And of course, I'm not showing my face right now. I'm so tired. So, of course, y'all just got to focus on what I'm saying with my voice. But I'm just sitting here, in the quiet space. And, when we tend to sit in a quiet space, we be able to think, hear things a lot clearer, gain some type of clarity. And I'm sitting here. I was driving here on my way to get my son from school. And it just came to me like, I'm just so amazed. First, let me say this. I'm amazed at damn near everything that I learned in this journey, especially when it comes to life itself and how everything in this existence is just mentally strived, okay? Everything is the mind, okay? And it's over this matter that we live in. But it's experience. But I'm driving. And it comes to me that, you can really tell a lot about people when they're driving. And I mean, come on, y'all. I know we've heard that before, though. But, seriously diving into it, you can tell a lot about how a person drives, even yourself. There's going to be moments where somebody's driving fast, somebody's, going slow, on cruise control, or, just somebody that's just going in between lanes. It just really, really describes that person's personality or motion, at that moment. Okay, or at the time, or maybe fully how they drive completely. We know that this world, this existence is also a major part of creation, dealing with the motion, the force, dealing with all of us, all nature, just life itself, basically, overall. The movement of creation. So, it's not too far-fetched to kind of, relate car driving to people's personality, which goes back to their mindset, their motion, how things are projected through the mind, which carries out through their body, which is, the motion that we act out, right? So, I'm just sitting here and I'm having an aha moment. And I'm like, yo, this is really crazy, because I really thought about it, but didn't think about it this deep. Even if, we change, the motion tends to shift also. So our driving tends to shift depending on the vibe, the vibration we're on that day, right? You could be moving slow at the time. You could be on cruise control, It really all depends on your vibration of your energy, how you feeling, which is the vibration, and it ultimately, is projected or forced from the mental as well. So, it tends to shift. Our energy, our motion tends to shift in our driving. Sometimes we're in a rush. And sometimes we just want to take our time, And even we have these obstacles in driving where we have these instances of wrecks. You might be following somebody too close, okay? You could be behind somebody and, you're not too close to them. There's some space in between. All of those deals with the mentality, of the motion of our energy, your energy, okay, what you're vibing on at that time. And it definitely plays a part of your reality on your choice and your decisions in life. Alright? Somebody can be following too close to you. You might get a little too irritated. Damn, you ain't got to be all up on my bumper. And that's, that's a big part of reality when it comes to you personally, or, just yourself personally. You don't like people to be too close to you. You know what I mean? You like the space in between, Some people can drive like that. I cannot. You might be a cautious driver, You might be very aware when you're driving. And one thing I do know that I've learned years ago when I first started driving is you can't just really drive for yourself. You have to drive for everybody on the road. Okay? Because everybody is moving at their own pace, their own motion, their own vibration. It's, being projected. So you really have to drive for everybody so you can be, you can move and get safely to your destination. All right. And so and that's even in your life when you do choices and decisions, which is also part of this life that I'm going to talk about later on this evening. When you do your choice and your decisions mentally, you got to be careful and aware of what decisions and the choices you're going to make, because it's going to impact, your reality, moving forward. All right. So that's the same thing like in driving. It's the same fucking thing in driving. You really have to drive for everybody else. All right. And the time that you don't drive for everybody else and you really just focus on yourself, even just dealing with our reality, which I'm going to keep going back to, you know what I'm saying? You really just focus on yourself. You're not really paying attention to nobody else around you. Even at those moments, there are wrecks that are going to occur. There might be somebody that intercepts you, that might hit you, that might pull out real quick in front of you. You might be moving at a nice fast pace and there's nothing in front of you, so you can really kind of just move at that pace. And then all of a sudden, somebody gets in front of you and they're moving slow as hell, and you have to pump your brakes, you know what I'm saying? And you have to slow down. That also can be a message in itself, really, when you're focused on yourself, you might need to slow down sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's good to be focused on yourself, but sometimes even in those moments where we're truly focused on just our direct energy and we at this certain pace where it's flowing, nothing's in the way. And it can be a fast post, you know what I'm saying? A fast coast of energy, how you flowing, you know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden, life hits you, and that's definitely, that's definitely says a lot in itself, because cars do that. And I know sometimes when cars, jump in front of me and I'm moving real fast, I'm getting there quickly, I'm getting to my destination with nothing in the way. And then all of a sudden, a slow ass car comes in front of me and I have to slow it down. So I've learned to kind of, understand that when those things happen, or even when somebody swerve in front of me or swerve beside me, of course they got their own personal issues that they're dealing with, or when they're driving, not knowing what's going on in their space, what they're doing in their space, in their mind, which is causing them to be distracted. So you just have to be aware of that. But back to self, when things like that tend to happen, I just be like, okay, self, what are you trying to show me? Okay, I guess I need to slow it down a little bit. I'm going to get there. There's no time to rush. Take my time. Okay. And even when somebody curves me, okay, I swerved it. Just got to be more aware of my surroundings. I really look at things from a bigger perspective, especially when it comes to my mental. You know what I'm saying? You have to. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not really trying to be the target in my own reality. I'm target practicing already with the motion and how I move and choice decisions. So I don't want those targets to, turn around and inflict me. You know what I'm saying? So not in a way where it's going to stop me or, cause me to be, in a place of isolation for a period of time. Like, there's a lot of people that get in wrecks that can't move around and have to sit down for a minute. It's the same thing here. It's a lot of people that lose their lives in wrecks. You know what I'm saying? And it's because sometimes you can be so focused on yourself and your happiness and your peace, and you're not paying attention to these other this other energy outside of you, this chaotic energy, you know what I'm saying, that can really go against your formation, you know what I'm saying, that's formless. So you have to stay focused on it at times. You have to be aware. This is also a part of, you saving yourself, you know what I'm saying, because you're aware of all things. People might look at me or, don't understand the shit that come out my mouth because, like I said, my mind is on a totally different level. And once you see life from a different perspective, me having kids definitely took me there to understand it, because now I can give the keys to my kids, the information to my kids on how to move in this motherfucker. and pay attention to everything around it and just understand it, so there's no pressure of, insanity or depression that's going to keep them so isolated where they don't want to even participate or experience life. You know what I'm saying? Or they think life is hard, or this place is evil. You know what I'm saying? I want them to be able to see this life and the beauty of it all. This is really God's creation, and this is really heaven on earth, and you just have to really see it from that perspective. But if you don't, then you're going to always see the dark side of shit. The things that they really try to keep hidden from you. You know what I'm saying? Even yourself. Because it's formless energy. You know what I'm saying? And it's definitely going to be chaotic and shake some shit up if you don't have control. So I definitely just wanted to dive in with y'all with that, because I was just sitting here, like I said, in my quiet times, I definitely get a lot of, information coming through. I get the time to just sit in peace and listen to myself, listen to the divine messages, pay attention to the divine, formation in its creation and how it moves, scientifically, you know what I'm saying? Just seeing the motion of life is a beautiful thing. And you definitely can't be disturbed once you understand everything. This is the knowledge that, if you lack of, okay, it would definitely destroy you in so many ways. That's the information. That's the knowledge, And if you lack that type of information, and if you're not trying to see the beauty in things, even if you don't have a certain level of information, as long as you still see the beauty in things, that's the lack of information or knowledge that people don't want to receive. All right. And that, my dear, will always destroy you. So on that note, I will see y'all later this evening around 7 o'clock. So please be tuned. I'm going to dive in with y'all before I get myself off for work later on tonight. But I definitely want to just drop these gems on y'all when it comes to this driving and getting to your destination. Pay attention to all things. But most importantly, stay focused on self, but still pay attention to your surroundings, your space, things outside of that, that nature. But as always, love, peace, and oneness, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.